When I decided to come to Korea to teach English, I knew I was in for an opportunity of a lifetime. Well, it's been that and a whole lot more. I've experienced sights, sounds, and flavors I never thought I would. And now I'm sharing them with you. I hope you enjoy them too. My name is Tom, aka Soul T, and thanks for following me on my adventures. Hello everybody. As some of you may have noticed, I have been making a number of videos for YouTube about teaching English in Korea, along with some of the other pastimes that I have, including judo and some traveling. And in making those videos, quite a few people have asked me some questions through email or posting comments on each of the videos. And so some of the questions are very good, I think very pertinent to people who are considering coming over to Korea to teach English. They were definitely questions that I had before I came over and I was asking people. So I thought I'd take an opportunity to answer 10 of the questions that I thought would be helpful to you, and just to comment on other questions or comments that people have left on my videos. So without further ado, I have my list of 10 questions here, and you can also see them in the description below the video. First question: where are you from in America? Well, I was born and raised in New Hampshire, which is in the Northeast for anyone who's not from the United States. I went to school there all the way up through and including college. I went to the University of New Hampshire. After I left New Hampshire, I went to New York City for a number of years where I worked. And from there, I went to Florida in the Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. So I'm actually here in Korea by way of Florida. Second question: where do you teach in Korea? I teach in the second largest city in the country, which is Busan. Within Busan, I live and teach on a small island called Yeongdo. It's like an island where there's a lot of fishing-related businesses. There's a maritime university here. It's a really nice place to live and work as well. The school that I teach at is a short walk for me, as you'll see in one of the other videos that I just recently posted. And the name of that school is Namdo Girls Middle School. I teach at a all-girls middle school, and it's been a great experience so far. I'm having a great time with it. Third question: does overtime pay ever occur in either private or public sector? I can't really comment on the private sector. I would assume it's very similar to, probably mirrors very closely what the public school system does. But the answer is yes. Just to confirm for you, I have my contract here. See if I can get that. Right? With the cool little red stamp. And under the section called Work Hours, it says, and I quote, "The employer may require the employee to work non-instructional overtime hours in addition to normal work hours. In this case, the employee shall be entitled to supplementary overtime pay of 6,000 won per hour." I'll let you do the math on that. It's not a whole lot of money. If actual class instruction hours of the employee do not exceed 22 hours, 22 hours is your work week, meaning you have 22 classes, and the employee agrees to teach classes after normal work hours, the employee shall be paid overtime pay of only 6,000 won per hour. And I quote, it does say only. So 6,000 won, just so you know, is about $5 an hour, but I don't have a calculator in front of me. It's not a whole lot. Fourth question: Do you speak Korean fluently? No. I am half Korean, but my mother never taught me how to speak Korean. Where I grew up in New Hampshire, like I said, there's no Korean people there. So it's very difficult to pick up a language when you don't have anyone to converse with on a regular basis outside of the home. Um, so I am actually very non-fluent in Korean. However, I don't plan to stay that way for long. In Korea here, they do cities and universities and other groups will often have free Korean classes that you can take. They're meant for foreigners who are teaching or on business or something like that. And I am currently enrolled in a class, and I also have some study CDs by a company called Pimsleur. It's akin to Rosetta Stone, but it's only the spoken part of the language. So hopefully I'll be pretty good soon. Maybe I'll do a demo for folks out there someday when I learn. Next question, number 5. How hard would it be for somebody who knows no Korean to get by in Korea? More specifically, Busan, which is where I'm at. And the answer is not hard. Hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of foreigners come to Korea each year to teach. There's enough foreign teachers, business people, things of that nature, and English-speaking Koreans to get by just fine, where you won't feel alienated or out of place or lost or anything like that. That being said, learning some Korean, you don't have to be fluent in it, but learning some phrases and commands and terms can only benefit you. So I don't know if you have to go get CDs and take a class like me, but it wouldn't hurt to learn some. And they do teach you some as part of the training through EPIK, which is the organization that coordinates the public school system, teachers in the public school system. Number 6, what kind of medical tests or exams do they put you through? When you come to Korea, one of the first things that they do when you're in training, the EPIK training, is you have to submit a urine and blood test. And they are testing for traces of drugs in your system and also primarily HIV. So if you have any issues with either of those for any reason, I would either clean up or get tested before you go through the whole process, because the application process is a tedious one. So don't wait till you get out here to find out that you have an issue. And that is also written in the contract, and I just wanted to show you that as well, or read that to you as well in my contract. Under Article 18, termination of contract, one of the reasons that you can be terminated, have your contract terminated and you sent back home, is if you either come here with drugs in your system, or you come here and put drugs in your system, or you have an issue with HIV either back home or here. So it says the employee must complete a medical examination, parentheses, HIV, drug, etc., in Korea for the purpose of working in Korean public schools and educational institutions. If requested by the employer, the employee must submit the results to the employer immediately. So there it is, in writing, and you sign it. You have to sign it. I always like to show this, if I can get it, because it's got the cool little stamp on each page. I love that stamp. It makes it feel so authentic. As some of you know, or some of you may not know, but if you watch any of my videos, it's pretty hard to not know. I am still involved in a sport called Judo, which in Korea it's called Yudo, and just a slightly different pronunciation, but the exact same sport. It's an Olympic sport of grappling, throwing, and grappling on the ground, and I still stay involved in it, even though I'm closing in on 40 years old. Keeps me in shape, keeps me feeling young. So one of the questions, it tends to attract maybe a different crowd from the teaching crowd, but some of the teachers that come to Korea also are involved in martial arts, so they had some questions for me. One common question that I get from people is whenever they find out that I do judo, they ask, do I do a sport called Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? And Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is akin of judo. They have some similarities. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is very heavy on ground fighting. So the answer to that question for judo people watching is yes, I do. I actually do cross-train in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu when I get a chance. Outside of Seoul, it's not so popular. There's only one school in all of Busan. It's 3.5 million people here. I'm from South Florida, so Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is on every corner. But Judo is on every corner here. So probably I'll just be practicing the techniques that I know. But when I was back home, I did train at American Top Team, the Humbu Dojo, which is the main facility in Coconut Creek, Florida. So I do have some background in that. Number 8, someone said, as an Asian American about to start my EPIK contract in Busan in 1 week, and they continue to make a statement. So that's one thing that I wanted to comment on for anyone out there who is of Asian descent, who may think that there may be an issue or a non-issue, or what is the issue? And the answer is, in my case, there is no issue with being an Asian American coming here, at least from what I have sensed. That doesn't mean that it's not out there. It's just below my radar, and I'm not picking it up. In fact, on the contrary, I think when people here do find out that I am of Korean descent on my mother's side, I actually get a sense of a little bit more embracing hospitality for that reason. The only thing that they don't like is the fact that I don't speak Korean, so I got to change that pretty soon. There have been comments, I've heard things that say that because I'm from America, being Asian and everything, that sometimes there's some discrimination, or that because I'm half and tainted, that might be an issue. But the reality is, in my case, neither of those have made themselves evident in my life whatsoever. But again, I'm thick, so it could be out there. But if it is, it's below me. Number 9, buying clothes. I am 6'3", 200 pounds, and I wear extra large to double extra large back home, depending on what kind of clothing it is. I wear a 46 jacket back home. I have a size 13 US shoe, and what that translates into is I cannot buy clothes in Busan. Period. There may be some stuff out there, but they're not things that you want to take money out of your pocket and spend it on. I found out that my size here is extra, extra, extra large, and my shoe size is about a 310 to a 320, and they hard stop at 300. So buying clothes here is a little bit difficult for me. So if you're in that same size range or bigger, bring a lot of clothes. Do you plan to stay longer than a year? Yes, I plan on staying longer than a year. I hope to stay an extra year at my school, Namdo Girls Middle School. I love it there. My coworkers are fantastic. The work environment is fantastic. The kids are so cool. Some of them not so cool, but that's with every school. But as a whole, it's been an awesome experience. I can't see myself doing any other line of work at this point, going back to what I used to do. And I just feel like I have so many things that I want to do while I'm here. And every day that goes by, it seems like there's something else that pops up that I want to do. And I've already made so many new friends um, that I can only see it getting better in the future. So that's it. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below or email me, private message me, whichever you feel comfortable with. Again, thanks for watching my video, and I look forward to making more for you. And hopefully I will see you here in Korea, in Busan, hopefully. Thanks. Take care.